Alright guys, so here we have the S10. I've already removed the two spacers that were on this side. I did have two spacers on the side. I don't recommend running two spacers, but yeah, I had two spacers on the side. It's a pretty simple, straightforward process. So this whole caliper is getting replaced. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the two 15mm bolts that you see right here. And then I'm going to pop this caliper off, set it here, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and remove this little like locking clip that it has, and then this rotor will be ready to come out. We can throw the new one on there, put this retaining clip back on, swap the caliper. And to swap the caliper is not much neither. All we need to do is take off this 11mm bolt, or I think that's the banjo bolt, and then we can just remove this caliper from this line and then transfer everything over to the new one. The only thing we need to take from this one is the brake pads, because the new one did come with all the new metal clips. So yeah, let's get started. And just like that, the rotor and caliper are off. This rotor didn't seem to be too bad. As you can see, the inside is not too badly scored. Even the face on this one is not too badly scored. So the brake pad go a little past its limit, and I ended up scoring this rotor. So, and I think it bent and warped it because I used to feel some like back and forth in the pedal, or like vibration in the brake pedal. So just grab this one, and we'll go ahead and line it up on here. All right, and then you want to put your retaining clip back on. So I'll go ahead and do that. You install the rotor. Pretty simple, straightforward, not much to it. Again, we're not changing anything back here. We're literally just swapping out the same parts that were on there for newer ones or better shaped ones, and that's pretty much it. The front was where the project was, because we had to do a whole basically change on that. I'm gonna go ahead and take apart this rotor caliper, and then once I take everything off of this one, I will get the new one and start installing the pads onto there, start installing the retaining clips on there, and then removing this banjo bolt and installing the new one. So let's continue. Alright, so we have both calipers here. We just finished swapping over all three clips, all three metal clips. They're in there. Now we have to take the brake pads that were on this caliper and pass them over to this one. But we did put a new rotor in the back of the S10. Well, we put new rotors in the back of the S10. They were used very slightly. I took them off of a Blazer in the junkyard, but they are like new. The back of them is like new, the front and everything is like almost new. So they were like recently just put on that vehicle. So since these pads are going on a different rotor, just to take the extra measure, I'm gonna go ahead and do this trick that you would usually do if you're putting these on a brand new rotor, but since it's a different rotor, I just want to be on the safe side. You would basically take these brake pads, face them down on the concrete, and just kind of go in circles to reveal basically a new face. So that way when they go on the rotor, it wears down the rotor evenly, doesn't make no scoring. And before I go, this is how they're looking right now. They're both of them. And then when you do this trick, it's gonna make them look like the way they look when they come brand new, and they're gonna even feel the way they do, like rough on the face, when they come brand new. So let's try it out. And check that out, you guys. Just after a quick 30 seconds, as you can see, they look how they would when you order them brand new, and they have like that rough texture to them, again the way they would when you order them brand new. So all right, and just like that, the rear calipers and rotors are installed. So now all that's left to do is bleed the entire system. The S10 now has brand new rotors in the front and in the rear, brand new calipers in the front and in the rear. And yeah, now we just need to bleed it, and hopefully the braking power on this truck feels amazing. Good morning, you guys. Next day here. So we are about to head to the exhaust shop so they can go ahead and weld this exhaust in, so that way this truck finally sounds quiet, doesn't have no exhaust leak. And right now it is really loud because it literally only has the Y pipe and cat, and then after that it's just cut. So yeah, it does, the muffler and everything is still on there. It's just there's a section missing between the catalytic converter and the muffler, and it's just really loud. And before that, it had a really bad exhaust leak. So even before then, it was just like, this truck has been this loud for about like a year or two now, because I just kept delaying it, and the exhaust leak just kept getting worse and worse and worse. Eventually it started to get really loud and waste more gas, so now we're about to fix that. Also, I can go ahead and show you the rear brakes. Everything is put back on in the back. You can see new rotors, new calipers, and in the front we have our new rotors and calipers. So the whole brake job is essentially done on this S10. I drove it yesterday and it does feel way better, I can't lie. The braking distance that it takes for me to like stop by the red light, or at the red light, is way better now. It's like cut in half. But I do feel like the brake pedal should feel better. But I mean, I'm pretty sure it has to do something with the fact that I would probably have to upgrade the master cylinder or the brake booster, because we are running 4-piston Brembos now, and also we did braided lines on a truck that really wasn't designed to have that. So in the future, I'd probably go ahead and upgrade the brake booster and the master cylinder, just to have like that really nice pedal feel. So like for the pedal to be like firm, and also for it to stop on a dime. But even right now, I definitely feel an upgrade, like 100%. The truck stops way better, and again, the braking distance is cut in half, versus before, like I would press the brake like a mile or two ahead just so this thing can stop by the light. So yeah, let me go ahead and show you guys what it sounds like now. I'm gonna put the camera down. It is really loud, so this is kind of a bummer for the neighbors because it's really early. But yeah, It sounds terrible, by the way. I'm gonna just let you know that now. It sounds terrible. I know. We're on the way to get this fixed now. Another thing to note is that before it used to have a lot of noise in the cabin as well when it had the exhaust leak. It still does, but this is an intentional exhaust leak because obviously I cut it. But yeah, it used to have a lot of noise coming into the cab from the exhaust, and that was another thing that would drive me crazy. So I'm really hoping that after today it is quiet and it has somewhat of a nice tone to it, even though we're not really upgrading the exhaust. But it does have bigger piping diameter from the front and back now by ½ an inch. So yeah, let's make our way to the exhaust shop. Currently on the way to the exhaust shop, and this is how it sounds. The drone is terrible. I don't know if you guys can like pick it up, but yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. We got a pretty bad bump coming up, so you'll be able to hear the XL. Watch. Oh my god, terrible. It is so bad. It's almost uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable to drive like this. It kind of bothers you a little bit after a while. Yeah. Terrible. And beforehand, when it had the exhaust leak, it used to make a lot of noise in the cabin as well. Not this bad, but it used to make a lot of noise in the cab as well. And it used to be around like the transmission tunnel, like in this area. Like around here, it used to make a lot of noise because that's exactly where the exhaust was leaking from. It basically broke around the welds. So yeah, terrible. I did mention that the exhaust broke around the weld, but it broke the whole weld clean off. Like it cracked around the entire weld. The whole weld cracked. And when I actually removed the Y pipe, it's supposed to come out in one piece, and it came out in two. So yeah, it was broken. But hopefully we'll be getting that fixed today. It does have a new Y pipe on there now, but I'm just hoping that when they weld everything up, there's no exhaust leaks, and the S10 is finally quiet the way it should be. And now it does have a new cat in there, so it should be free flowing, because I'm pretty sure the cat that was on here was clogged up because it was the original one. So can't wait to have that welded on to see how the truck performs. I just want to see if it feels like a little more power and torque has been freed up now that it has an unclogged cat, and the whole exhaust system is now 2.5 inches versus the 2 inches that it was previously. So yeah, let's see. Alright guys, it is now a few days later. The weather outside is terrible right now, so I do apologize. But I did want to get you guys a startup on the S10. It is so much quieter now. I love it. I enjoy it so much more than before. It's very comfortable to drive now, and it doesn't drive me crazy on the interior. It's so quiet. So I love it. It is 2.5 inch piping from the very front all the way back. Again, it is an OEM Blazer exhaust, with the exception of it having one less catalytic converter and the catalytic converter that's on there is high flow, so it is more free flowing than the OEM very restrictive one. And it does have a muffler. So again, 2.5 inch from the front back. It has one of the cats and one muffler. And again, previously it is 2 inch from factory. It has two very restrictive catalytic converters and the muffler. So let's see what it sounds like now. It has a really nice rumble to it, and again, it's very quiet, not loud at all. So let me go ahead and show you guys what it sounds like, and then we'll close out this video. There you guys have it. That is now how the S10 sounds. I think it sounds great. I think it's much more tolerable and comfortable to drive now. It's much more quieter in the interior, and it has a nice little rumble to it still. So I just think this exhaust worked out much better, and the truck even knows it, and it's much happier now. The airflow on this thing is so much better as well. That 2-inch exhaust that it had before was just crap. And again, it did have the OEM catalytic converter in it. So I'm pretty sure that was either clogged or just blocked off completely. Honestly, if there was any air traveling through that catalytic converter, I'd be surprised, because this truck is a 2000 and we're in 2025. 25 years later, and the OEM cat is still on there. So yeah, this exhaust, you could tell the truck is much more happier. Even like throughout the RPMs, you can just feel it and like hear it. It's so much more happier. The truck doesn't really have any like rough idles anymore, or any bogging down anymore. So again, it's like if I tuned the truck, honestly, like the truck just feels so much better. So I did also notice an increase like in power and torque. I could definitely feel it. Also the throttle, the sensitivity of the throttle is like much greater now. Like you touch the throttle and it just wants to go. So throttle response way better, power and torque increase for sure, which is pretty good, and it is now quiet as well. So, and much more comfortable to drive. That was the goal of this whole exhaust on this truck. So let me go ahead and show you guys the brakes as well, because I didn't get to show you guys that much of the brakes on the previous video, but I'll show you guys now. I still do want to get the truck washed and like really get like a nice day out, because it's been pouring here for like 2 weeks now. Every single day it gets dark like this, and I can never get like a day where the truck is clean, it's not raining, it's sunny, so I can show you guys everything, because I really want to like give you guys an in-depth look at everything, so you guys can really appreciate how these brakes look behind these wheels. But I'll just go ahead and show you guys now. So here's the fronts. We have our 4-piston Brembos with our 14-inch rotors. As you can see, it takes up a lot of space in the wheel. I feel like you guys have to see it in person so you can see how much like of the wheel is actually brake rotor now, because I feel like on camera it looks smaller than what it does in person. My wheel weights are rusty, don't worry about that. We're going to be taking care of that soon, trust me. And then these are the rears. Looks much cleaner and better inside now of the wheel, or behind the wheel. And then as you can hear, that rumble that it has, that's the rumble I'm talking about. Still sounds pretty good. So that is going to conclude today's video on the S10. If you guys did enjoy this upload, please like, share, subscribe, turn on that bell notification icon.